Job to go back to school, not to study himself, but to teach high school students. To many of those teenagers, Tesiil Collins is much more than just a teacher. He's their unsung hero. Here's Christina Huey.
Nog talk, not going to graduate if you don't complete this production. Stand up straight.
Tesiil Collins demands his students be at their best. He constantly pushes them to reach higher.
You're all stuck up here with this. You got the intro, but you don't have the meat of it. What are we going to see when you do your presentation?
This classroom is his home away from home, and these students are his extended family.
I love it. People would probably be very surprised to hear me say it, but I love it because of the kids. I wouldn't do it other than the kids.
For 18 years, Collins has been teaching kids in the Communications Arts Television Production Department of the Madison Park Technical Vocational High School.
Juniors, this marking term we're going to do the field interview.
But this hasn't always been his life. Before Collins walked into this classroom, he worked as a promotions executive for several record companies and as an account executive at radio stations around New England. Jobs with high salaries and high stress.
When I left the record industry and came here, I had no idea that I would be here longer than 2 or 3 years. So the whole idea of being a teacher was really like, this is not permanent. 18 years later, I got to say, well, I wouldn't have taught anywhere else.
Once Tessil traded in his executive office for an inner-city classroom, he realized this was where he was truly needed.
The needy, especially as a black man. I realized very early that Philip and I may be the only male role model in many of these kids' lives.
The Philip Collins refers to is Philip Worrell, a teacher he's worked with for 18 years.
It's been a pleasure to work with Mr. Collins for the last 18 years.
We have more work for you.
It's great with the kids. We both have certain expectations, and we try to get the kids to move up to that level of expectation so that when they go out of here, they do pretty well.
That success can be traced to a philosophy of tough teaching and tough love.
He's hard.
Yeah.
He's a hard teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes that.
He's not like your usual teacher that you would see here at Madison.
Marciel's our ace. She can do everything.
Every day he's like on you. Like, did you do your work? Like, when are you gonna do it? Or like all the other teachers, they don't really care. They just tell you. They just give you a paper list of things to do, and they just at the end of the mark.
My name is Peter Alvarez. I'm a senior in TV production.
You notice that he cares because you can tell he doesn't want you to fail, because someone who wants you to fail will just give you the work and at the end of the marking term be like, oh, do you have this? Nope. But he stays on you like the week before the marking term ends, like, go out and do it, because he wants you to do it and he wants you to pass.
For many students, Collins is more than just their television teacher. He's become counselor, friend, big brother, and sometimes even parent. And Collins hopes what students take away from 3 years in his classroom is something they won't learn from any book.
It's tough. It's very tough. We don't teach. Any teacher tells you they're teaching, they're probably lying to you. We really don't teach. Teaching television almost is like an ancillary thing to teaching how to live, how to grow, how to learn, go through school. Every one of my students is an A student. Not one of my students is incapable of learning this or any other subject. What happens is they run into obstacles that challenge them in such a way that they are being taught to think that they can't. And we spend a lot of our time trying to break that attitude down of, I can't.
All right, as a result, Tessil, we are so delighted to present you with the Unsung Hero Award here at WB56. Well-deserved, and congratulations to you.
Yeah.
You know, in recent years, we did a program called Getting Real, My Life as a Teen. Jeff and I co-hosted that with 4 teenagers. 2 of them were your students.
Yes, they were.
And, we really wanted to thank you for all the work you put into that program, bringing them to us, sharing them with us, and your dedication to all of your students.
Well, you're
well.
welcome.
It was a great program.
We appreciate all the help that we can get from the television community, and your show really did do a lot for those kids that year.
It was really a tremendous opportunity to talk about a lot of the issues that face teenagers. You have seen so many students pass through your classroom, for sure. Do they keep in touch?
Oh, absolutely.
Do they?
In the 18 years, if you count maybe the 40 that we get per year, it's a 3-year program, so we've easily got about 400, 500 alumni, and we're having them all come back in April.
You are?
We're having a 20th year reunion, and we're bringing all of them back
wow.
in May, so it'll be a great time.
But on a regular basis, you do
on a regular
hear from...
basis, maybe once or twice a week, somebody will come in and just pop up and see how we're doing, and then go into the class and tell the class that everything that we're telling them is true, and if we had listened to them then, we'd be much further now. But we have a lot of success stories. Not a lot of them go into TV. It's a very difficult business, but they go on to school. And Madison students come with a lot of personal challenges, but what they do is they overcome those, and many of our students go on into community work.
Any one student that just really exceeded all your expectations?
Yeah, maybe a couple. Henry Perez, Pam Harris, Maurice Thorpe. They're all working for either the police department or the court system, and they're doing a lot of work with people. So there's a lot of that we get to give back, even though we're not in the TV area.
You must be very, very proud.
I am. I'm very proud.
All your students. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time, your story with us, and congratulations on this well-deserved award.
Thanks again.